Hi, everyone, and welcome to this webinar presented by Massage Magazine Insurance Plus and Mobile Massage Mastery, featuring owner, educator, and massage therapist Michelle Roos. I'm Karen Minahan, editor of Massage Magazine. Today, Michelle will discuss the ins and outs of mobile massage therapy, from how to screen new clients and keep yourself safe, to how to build a pricing model and more. Michelle is an author, educator, and a mobile massage business owner in South Florida. She owns an education company and Facebook group, Mobile Massage Mastery, for those interested in advancing their mobile massage career. If you have a question, feel free to add that to the chat box, and we should be able to get to questions at the end of the presentation. Welcome, Michelle.
Hi, Karen. Hello, everyone. Thank you, Karen and Massage Magazine, for having me. I'm so excited to be here to be the first guest of the in-session webinar series. Today, I'm going to be discussing pricing, screening, and safety for mobile massage therapists. Who am I? My name is Michelle Roos. I am originally from Kentucky, and I graduated from the Natural Health Institute almost 2 decades ago. I'm a board-certified licensed massage therapist in South Florida, and I previously lived and worked in Arizona and Kentucky. I started my massage career as a mobile massage therapist and have worked for myself for most of my career. I have worked in almost every setting possible: hospitals, resort spas, chiropractic offices, backstage at concerts, sporting events, on yachts, and with professional athletes and celebrities. While maintaining my busy practice, Michelle's Massage to Go, I also mentor massage therapists to help them create and elevate their mobile massage practice. After meeting my husband, Paul, in 2017, I founded Cupping Canada and Cupping USA to provide high-quality cupping supplies. While doing our social media, I realized there wasn't an outlet of education for mobile massage, so I created Mobile Massage Mastery in 2020 to offer online education and guidance to massage therapists to help them navigate the mobile massage world. I am also a licensed facial specialist, which allows me to perform basic and deep cleansing facials. I am a pediatric massage therapist, and I enjoy working with children of all ages. Pediatric has been a huge benefit for my massage career because it allows me to work with entire families when I'm going to someone's home. For over 15 years, I was the top sales rep for a company that manufactures a topical pain reliever. And for 3 years, I worked with a massage lubricant company. I traveled 200 days out of the year to medical trade shows all over the world. When I'm not working, I can be found doing hot yoga, kayaking, hiking, or traveling around the world with my husband. Let's talk about pricing. On social media, I see so many massage therapists ask, what should I charge? The responses are all over the place. Some therapists charge $50 an hour and others charge 4 times that. One thing that almost never comes up is that everyone lives a different lifestyle and has different business and personal expenses. As a business person, you need to understand that your pricing can be lower if your expenses and lifestyle allows for it, or it can be higher if you are more qualified and have additional bills. So how do you decide what you should charge? You should create a business plan with an end goal and create a combined business and personal budget to help you to decide this. Figure out your costs, decide how many massages you need to do to cover your business and personal expenses, as well as saving some for income for emergencies and taxes. Set boundaries for your service area and have a base price plus a travel fee based on mileage or time for areas outside of your service area. Many new mobile therapists do not take into consideration the extra time that goes into a mobile massage. A 1-hour massage can easily turn into 2 to 2.5 hours of your time, depending on how far you are driving and how efficient you are. You must take into consideration your drive time to and from the location, the time it takes to do intake, set up, disinfect, assess, have the client undress, do the treatment, have them dress, disinfect, break down, reassess, discuss the treatment findings, take payment, and rebook. That sentence on its own is exhausting. Please keep in mind when you're setting your pricing, the amount of time, the extra time that this can have. Drive time and the amount of prep time between appointments can severely limit your revenue if you do not take them into consideration when setting your rates. How to set your rates. Pick a service area, research the competition, invest time in gathering your business ideas, understanding your costs, and forecasting your income. Create a combined budget, ideas around competitive pricing. Niche. Who do you work with and how do you find your ideal client? Gratuity should not be an expectation. First, we're going to talk about picking a service area. You should decide your service area. This will depend entirely on how dense the population of your area is and how mobile you are. Do you drive only 10 to 15 minutes between appointments, or do you live rurally and drive for an hour? You need to factor in drive time into your pricing and the number of hours you choose to work. On my website, I state that pricing varies depending on location. My 1 hour, 50-minute hands-on session starts at $130, and I increase my rate once the location is 10 miles or further from my house. The further away, the higher the price. I always ask what city they are in and what main intersection they are near so that I can give them the rate for their area. I will travel up to an hour away, and the rate is $350 for a 1 hour treatment. This is because with the driving, it will end up being 3 hours of my time. You will often find yourself having to explain this to clients who do not take this into consideration. I always have another massage therapist to refer a client to that is in their area that may come to them for a lower rate, or I give them the option to come to me. I network with several healthcare practitioners that allow me to rent rooms by appointment, and I recommend that you do this too. It is also important to schedule clients in the same area on the same day. When a client asks me when I'm available, I don't give them every single opening. I always ask, are there days and times that work better for you? I check my schedule and offer them appointment times that are convenient for my schedule as first options, like appointment times before or after a client I already have booked in their area. I will often drive to 3 different homes in one neighborhood and have a 4 to 6 hour massage day and spend less than 30 minutes of driving. The area you are in can also play a factor into your pricing, as your area determines what you can charge and what you spend. I am from a smaller college town in Kentucky, and I now live in South Florida. I would not be able to charge the same rate in Kentucky as I do in South Florida. I also would not have the same amount of expenses in my small town as I do in Florida, as the cost of living is much less than Kentucky. For instance, during my research, I found the average price for a 1 hour massage in my hometown is anywhere from $60 to $100. And in South Florida, rates start around $100 an hour and go up to $350 an hour. Research the competition. What services and modalities do other mobile massage therapists offer in your area? What are their rates? You may find that you have set your prices too low and that there is room to raise your rates. Always know what your competition is doing, if only to understand what you can do to stand out. If you are just starting out as a mobile therapist, schedule appointments with other mobile therapists to see how they run their business. How do they schedule? Did they arrive on time? Did they provide sheets, hot towels, or other add-on services? What things are they bringing with them to your house? How do they handle their paperwork, and how do they accept payment? Are they very professional or a little more casual? All of these questions are market research. What can you do to add value to your price? What type of service will you provide to gain loyal clients? Checking the pricing of independent massage therapists in your area will help give you a good idea of pricing locally. Please keep in mind that many therapists set their rates based on how they feel or just based on other rates without even having done a budget. And then they wonder why they are not making it as a massage therapist. Setting your rates based on what other people charge only gets you so far. It doesn't matter what other therapists are charging. There will always be therapists charging less or more than you. If you are setting your rates simply to compete with the pricing in your area, you could be undercharging or pricing yourself out of the target market. Or you may be charging a price that won't cover your expenses. Investments. What have you invested into your business? What are your goals? Will you have any large purchases coming up? Will you add $10 extra to each massage to add to a savings or retirement account? Do you need to save for a vacation? You should consider your future and investments when setting your price. Some common things to spend money on: a new car for your mobile business, continuing education courses to expand your treatments, a new table and linens, a new washer and dryer, a new or updated website with professional photos. Create a combined budget. Have you ever taken the time to create a business and personal budget? Do you know how much money you need to make each month to cover your business expenses and personal expenses for that month? Create a list of everything that you spend money on in your business and personal life for an entire month. How much is your rent or mortgage for where you live? Do you also pay rent for your business? How much is your phone bill? What do you spend on groceries, activities, and hobbies? How much is your health insurance? You should also add in an additional amount for taxes, about 15% to 40% for US or Canada, and also save some for emergencies. Once you have this budget created and know the total amount of income needed, decide how many hours you will work to cover this amount. You might find you need to work more hours to make sure you can create this income. If you need $3,000 to cover your expenses and lifestyle, and you want to work 25 hours a week, you will need to charge at least $120 per hour. Do you think that rate is too high for your area? Or should you choose to work 30 hours and charge $100? This assumes that you are fully booked and 100% of your clients will keep their appointments each day, neither of which is probably realistic. Being a mobile therapist, you should take into consideration drive time as well. If you need to do 30 hours of massage, you also need to factor in around 30 minutes to 1 hour of drive time for each massage, depending on how far you drive. A 1 hour massage appointment can quickly turn into 2 hours of your time. Your 30-hour hands-on work week just became 45 to 60 hours with driving. Therefore, it is so important to set a service area and charge an additional amount for areas outside of that area. Otherwise, you are losing money. Ideas around competitive pricing. I am not a fan of discounting, as people will generally expect a discount every time. People are going to try to talk you down on your price. Many people are looking for a discount and may have you second guessing yourself. After doing your math, you can assess whether you can lower your rates and under what circumstances. For instance, if a group of 4 wants you to come to one location for 4 hours, you will be spending less time driving, so you may decide to adjust your pricing if your numbers allow for it. But if you have not done your budget and you do not understand your business financials, you are just guessing and probably losing money that you may need. In my experience, and given the information that I get from my business numbers, my price is my price. I do not discount. I have been doing this for 22 years and have hundreds of hours of education. If my price doesn't fit someone's budget, I refer them out to people who charge a lower price. I don't need clients who don't fit my business. Niche. Who is your ideal client? Who do you want to work with? Where can you find them and how can you help them? Do you specialize in a modality that not many others in your area offer? You can take this into consideration when pricing. You should be confident in your work, efficient, professional, punctual, so that you attract niche clients that value your work. Gratuity. Another hot topic on social media is gratuity. I see so many posts from therapists being upset because they didn't receive a tip. Guess what? That is okay. Do not take offense if someone doesn't tip you. Clients generally know your worth and realize mobile massage is a premium service that you are providing them. Depending on where you live and the culture around tipping, some or many may tip you above and beyond your rates to show their appreciation, while others will not. I have no idea why so many therapists think they automatically deserve a tip for showing up. People tip because they enjoy the service, or it is what they believe is expected of them, or they have been led to believe that it is required. We must remember that tipping is not required and should never be expected, but should always be appreciated. You should think about raising your rates to include a tip if not getting a tip bothers you so much. If someone tips you, accept it and thank them. I also know many therapists that are offended by being given a tip. Someone appreciated you enough to make it known by giving you extra money. If it bothers you, after the session, you can send them a follow-up email and thank them and explain to them why you do not wish to receive tips. My husband, who does mobile massage, almost never receives tips on his rates. He lives in Manitoba, Canada, and tipping is not that common there for business owners. Now we are on to screening and safety. I want to give you a trigger warning for the next two slides. If there are children in the room, let's get them out or put on some earmuffs. There will be some inappropriate text messages that I've screenshot that I had received from potential clients who obviously did not become clients. Why do I need to screen? Text number 1. Okay, great. And this is like a regular standard massage or one of those happy ending type of massages. How many of you have received a text message or email like this? If you have, then you know why screening clients is one of the most important things you can do. If you have not, you should know that these messages happen and to be prepared. Being in South Florida, I receive these messages quite often. It is sad to say that I am used to it by now. Fortunately, I know how to screen and handle inquiries so I do not end up with a client looking for services I do not offer. Here are 3 more examples of messages and emails I have received from people inquiring for massage therapy. The text on the left is the worst message I have ever received. I didn't waste my time with a response. The person also texted me the next day and said, "I'm resending this in case it got lost in all your texts." I have shown this message to so many people. I wish I could have recorded the look on their faces while they read it. Due to the rating of this message, I will not be reading it aloud. Text number 3, the top right. How many red flags can you find? Asking if draping is required is a red flag. Yes, in Europe and other countries, draping is different than in North America, and you may have some international visitors who ask about draping with no ill intent. But for the most part, it will be someone up to no good. And boy, will they try you. They will say things like, "I get hot when I wear a sheet and a blanket," or "My other massage therapist doesn't require draping." I state that I don't use a blanket. I use thin microfiber sheets and draping is required at all times. I can also use bath towels, but those are much thicker than the sheets that I use. Did you look to see what email address the email was sent from? The email was ignored and deleted. Text number 4 at the bottom right. This was his response when I asked who referred him. He sent me a shirtless picture and stated he was in the market. I replied by saying, "In the market, that's a new one. I don't see new clients without a referral." He proceeded to tell me that's not what he meant and he was just looking for a massage. I replied, "Most people looking for a massage don't send half nude photos." He apologized, and then 3 months later, I received another text from him, "You available?" ? I didn't respond and then blocked him. I would advise you to save all communications so you can look back on messages to see if you declined an appointment. I once had a guy tell me his name was Todd, and then 2 weeks later, he texted me and told me a different name. Also, a reminder on this is that this is not just problems that female massage therapists have. My husband receives messages like this, and so do many of the male massage therapists that I know. Here's some safety advice that I recommend implementing into your mobile massage practice. Have a screening protocol. Ask as many questions as you want. Find out how they found you. Enter their name and number in a Google and Facebook search. Talk on the phone and take credit card information. You don't need every client. Screening protocol. You should create a screening protocol and use it with every new client. This allows you to get all the information you need to ensure your appointment runs smoothly and hopefully weeds out predators. What are you going to say when you answer the phone? Will you use a separate business number, or will calls be going to your personal phone? Will you have an answering service or online booking? I always reiterate that I offer professional therapeutic massage therapy and that I am licensed by the Department of Health. How far are you going to travel? As soon as the conversation starts, I ask what city they are in and what main intersection they are near. I travel a 60-mile radius north and south and 20 miles west because I live near the beach. I state that my rates vary depending on location. I ask their main intersection so that I can give them the rate for their area and some options as to when I can make it to them. I always try to book clients in the same area on the same days. I let the client know to comfortably work in their space, I will need an area that is about the size of a large dining room table or about 6 by 9 feet. One of the most important safety protocols you can follow is having a designated volunteer safety officer. This can be your significant other, a family member, or a friend. This person would have access to your schedule and know your whereabouts at all times. They will not have access to the client's health history information, but they will have their name, phone number, and address. You should check in with your safety officer on the way to the appointment. You can even call them in front of your client so that the client knows that someone else knows where you are. You can tell them while they are undressing, you will wash your hands and give your safety officer a call to check in. When you are finished with the massage and in your car leaving, you need to check back in with your safety officer. Should the client want to extend the massage or have another family member or friend that wants a massage after them, you need to pause the massage and call your safety officer and let them know the new time that you will be finished. If you plan on working at hotels or resorts, you can use a slightly different protocol. You should check in with the front desk when you arrive and let them know the name and the room number of the client you're going to verify what the client has told you. You should let the front desk know the time that you will check back in with them. You should also ask if there is a shift change while you will be with the client, and if so, for them to please let the person coming in know where you are and what time you will be checking back in. If the client asks to extend the massage, you should call the front desk from the room to let them know. Ask as many questions as you want. You should make a list of all the questions you will ask your clients so that you can get as much information as you need. You should ask questions like, have you had a massage before? What type of massage are you looking for? Do you have any areas of pain or a recent injury or surgery? What city are you located in, and what is your address, or what main intersection are you near? I have had quite a few inquiring clients ask why I need so much information when they just want a massage. I tell them every professional massage therapist should be asking these questions. If they don't answer my questions, I do not book them. Their answers may lead you to more questions. For instance, if they were in a car accident or had surgery, when did this happen? Have they been cleared for massage therapy? Are you taking any medications? There are never too many questions. Ask all the questions that you need until you have all the information that satisfies you. If they request a modality that you don't offer, then refer out. If they made you feel uncomfortable, do not refer out. Find out how they found you. One of the most important questions to ask is, how did you find me? If you want to work with referrals only, you must ask this question and then verify with the person that they referred this person to you. A referral would come from an existing client, family, friend, or someone else you know directly. You would still need to go through your screening protocol as well as contact the person who referred this new client to you to find out whatever information you can. Referrals tend to be safer as the new client generally has some idea of what to expect, and existing clients generally don't want to look bad by sending you someone that probably won't appreciate your work or is looking for something other than massage therapy. The person who referred you a new client will usually let you know first and also mention how they knew the person. Asking how you found me can also help you track marketing that you are doing and let you know what is and isn't working. Did they find you on social media, on your business page, or a post that you made in a local group? Did they see you at a health fair where you were doing chair massage? Did they meet you at the gym during a workout? Always log this information as it can help you decide what marketing methods work best for you. Enter their info in a Google or Facebook search. Every new client that inquires about my service, I will spend a few minutes doing some research. I will search their name, phone number, email, and address to see what information I can find. This does take some extra time. However, it has saved me from going to see convicted criminals. This is an advanced form of screening, and it is meant to reassure you that the person you are going to see is using their real name. The address is a real address that matches what was presented in the phone call that the client made to book the appointment. Searching on Facebook can let you know if you have any friends in common, or you might be able to see things they have shared on Facebook. Doing these searches allows you to prepare and decide if you want to accept this client or not. Talk on the phone and take credit card info. Always make time to call the new client and talk to them on the phone about the details of the appointment and take credit card info or other forms of payment. Clients are also screening you. They are inviting a stranger into their home. This is another reason why you should speak to your clients before scheduling them. You can often tell a lot about someone in their voice. You may know right away if they are not an ideal client for you, and they may decide that you are not the right therapist for them. It is smart to charge a booking fee or have the client pay in advance to schedule the appointment. This allows you to obtain more of their information. Most predators do not want to give out their credit card info. You don't need every client. Working with a niche community is safer than working with the community at large. It allows the therapist to learn about a specific group to a greater degree than someone working as a generalist. If you are female and you want to work with female clients, state this on your website and in your marketing materials. You can decide to specialize in prenatal massage. If you want to work with children only, you can specialize in pediatric massage to avoid working directly with adults. You can choose to work with the geriatric population if it makes you feel safer. I see many posts on Facebook by massage therapists asking if we think, is it okay for them to go and massage this person, and they will share an email or a message that was sent to them. If you find yourself needing to ask someone for verification, it is probably not okay. What makes you uncomfortable may not make someone else uncomfortable. No one knows your experiences and can make this decision for you. Trust your gut. You do not need every client. Are there any questions, Karen?
Oh, hi, Michelle. Let me jump in here and see if there are any questions currently. We don't have any questions left, but if you have anything that you've talked about that you know massage therapists have asked about in more depth, you're certainly welcome to cover that.
Well, I mean, I would say the two big things like what we talked about today is, the pricing, and just you need to make sure that you are doing your numbers. And when I say write down everything that you spend money on, I mean everything. If you go to the store and get a pack of gum, write that down, how much you spent on gas, how much your phone bill is. Do you go to dinner 3 or 4 nights a week? Do you go to the movies? You need to log all of this to know how much money that you're spending, because if doing mobile massage is your only form of income, you need to make sure that you have set your prices accordingly. Otherwise, you're not going to be making money. And I see so many therapists complaining, that they're not making money. Also, the traveling is a big thing too. It takes almost 2 hours of time if you're going to one location, if you don't just narrow down and work in your area. So that is a big thing for me. Some days I'm driving 10 minutes and I go see 3 or 4 people in one neighborhood, and that is my day. So I've spent less than 30 minutes in the car. So I love days like that. But often I will get up and leave the house at 10 and not get home until 10 at night, because I have, 6 hours and then 4.5, 5 hours driving from different location to different location. I'm in South Florida, so I have a wide service area, which is why my pricing varies. So it just takes a lot of time and planning to make sure that you're doing what works for you. I have my, I just want to say thank you for having me here today. And thank you for everyone that listened. If you're interested in more awesome mobile massage tips, you can check out my 4-hour NCB TMB approved online course. It contains tips on setting up your practice, marketing, scheduling, red flags, equipment, email templates and scripts, consent forms, and so much more. I'm giving everyone that was here today a discount for $20 off. You can enter the code MassageMag in all caps. I also have an amazing Facebook group called Mobile Massage Mastery. There are almost 3,500 mobile massage therapists from all over the world that share lots of helpful tips and information. So I would love to see you in there. You can like me on Facebook and follow me on Instagram, Mobile Massage Mastery. I also offer one-on-one consults to help you navigate the mobile massage world. If you have any questions or interested in chatting, you can email me at info@mobilemassagemastery.com. And if you are going to be out and about, I will be at the Canadian Massage Conference on September 22nd through 25th. I am actually on the expert panel for Student Day discussing mobile massage.
Hey, Michelle, thank you so much for all this information. Since the last time you checked, we've had a couple of questions come in. Do you want to go ahead and jump on those? I could read them to you.
Sure.
Yeah. So we have Dawn who's asking what you use specifically to track your expenses.
I do an Excel spreadsheet.
Okay.
And I have and I do include that actually in my course as well. So I have an Excel spreadsheet. Every day I will just log the client's name and I put the pricing that they paid me, if they paid me any tips, if there was a fee deducted. Sometimes they might pay through Venmo, which will deduct a tip. If you use Venmo, you need to have a Venmo business account, which they take, I think 1.9% and 10 cents for each transaction. So I will log all that. And then when I spend gas, whatever date it is, I just put gas. If I buy something I need on Amazon, some sheets, then I'll put Amazon sheets and then I log the price that I purchased sheets. I have a separate budget that I use for my personal life. Like if I've went to dinner or went to go get a pedicure and stuff like that will be on a different spreadsheet for my personal expenses.
Okay. Thank you. And then Caitlin asks how long it took you to build the clientele that you have today.
Years and years. Yeah. So everything that I'm telling you to do are things that I did not do in the beginning. I've been doing massage for 22 years. And when I first started, I wanted to get all the clients I could. I was undercutting everyone's pricing. I worked for a gentleman doing mobile massage at some hotels and I charged less than him. So he was paying me $50 for a Swedish and $60 for a deep tissue. So I just started charging people $50 and it was the worst thing I could have done. I was driving all over the place. I had told one client in one neighborhood $50. They referred 6 people to me, and this location was about a 40-minute drive away. So I was working all hours, driving all over the place. So it probably took me to have a steady clientele where I was not worried. I'm going to say at least probably 8 years. And okay. I have raised my rates, once I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm working too much. I'm not making any money. I need to raise my rate. So I gradually would raise my rate by $10 or whatever I felt comfortable. I actually, pre-COVID, I was charging $100 an hour and I went up $30 an hour after that. And I still will tack on a travel fee for locations that are 10 miles outside. So it's not just a one and done thing. You have to keep on investing time into yourself to get where you want to be. That's for sure.
Okay, thank you. We have time for one more question. Angel mentions that she's worked with university students for a few years now and wonders if you have any suggestions for working with that specific clientele.
Like college students?
Yes.
I do work with some of the college football teams that are in my area. I've never contacted colleges directly, but you could always go into the college and ask if you're wanting to like work with the sports teams or, the theater kids. I would just recommending contacting whoever is the head of that department and sending them a CV, a resume, your experience, even offering to go in to see if you could do chair massage one day. It's really just about getting yourself in. I mean, you'll send emails and some people won't even answer you. Some people will say no, some people will say yes, then they might contact you a year down the road. So you just want to make a list of, who you want to contact and work with and who you should reach out to do this. So for instance, I was at a massage conference and I saw a sports team that walked into the front lobby of the hall. And I was like, who is this? So I go and I'm kind of snooping around. I see the jerseys, I see their team. I Googled the team and then I Googled their trainers. And so then I went on to Instagram and I messaged 5 trainers and I said, hey, my name is Michelle. I own a cupping therapy business. We're in the vendor hall. There's a massage conference. If the players would like to come in and get a treatment, just let me know. We'll be there. So I had 2 of the trainers get back to me and said the players would come in later that evening, and they did. And then the next later that night, I had gotten a message that they wanted to hire us to come to the training room to massage the players before their game. So just don't be afraid, realize that people will tell you no, but just keep on trying.
What a great example. Thanks.
Sure.
So is there anything else that you'd like to add, Michelle, before we come to the end of this webinar?
No, I think we're good. I mean, if anyone has any questions, you're more than welcome to message me, reach out to me on Facebook, but definitely join the group. There's so much information and people from all over the world that share stories and photos and equipment and anything that you can imagine for mobile massage.
Great. Well, thank you. So we've come to the end of our webinar on mobile massage mastery, and please do visit mobilemassagemastery.com to learn more about Michelle's courses. And I want to remind you that all attendees of this webinar will receive a link to this recording within the week. So thank you all for joining us, and thank you, Michelle.
Thank you. Are you are we doing the giveaway too? Did you want to give away a course?
Oh, we will follow up afterwards with an email. That way Perfect. We can get a full list of people and a random number out there. So yes, everyone be on the lookout on your emails. One of you will be receiving a free course from Michelle Roos.
Oh, that's great.
All right.
Okay. Thank you, everyone. Goodbye.
Thanks. Bye.